Yeah, over the last 10 years, Hatteras has become kind of the place for tournament fishing. In the past it was Key West, Biloxi, places like that that kind of held the crown for big fish. But over the last 10, especially the last 5 years, Hatteras has become the place that people want to come to catch 50s and 60-pound fish. It's not uncommon now for you to need a mid-60 to win, and if it's an aggregate tournament, you might need 120 or more pounds.
The SKA Nationals has always been an aggregate event, so long and short of it, you can bind 2 fish. The weight of that is the winner of the SKA Nationals. So this one, the weather window was kind of odd early in the week, so the SKA made a decision to have a Thursday and Saturday fishery. So we fished Thursday, missed Friday, prep, and then Saturday we go again. The weather window is a little funky, so we'll see what happens. Day 1, water temperatures up out of Hatteras, and we started off what we thought was going to be an amazing day. In the 1st of December, you really never know about what's going to happen with weather, how cold it obviously is going to be, and then where the bait's going to be. Live bait's critical, as we've talked many times in king mackerel fishing. So we secured some bait from a good friend of ours. We picked up some menhaden, we picked up some bluefish, because we weren't sure with the cold snap that came through what it was going to do to the bait. Well, let's address the most critical thing first. It is absolutely freezing in this event. 28 degrees on the ocean. I gotta tell you, it was going to be a concern running out there. But you know what? We dressed up right. FXR has the most amazing outerwear that we have ever put on, and I promise you this, we sure used it and needed it that morning on the first day. We got out of Drum Inlet, we headed north toward Hatteras. After a couple of miles, big school of menhaden, which were big ones. And Joshua did it again. Threw one cast net full and brought it to the boat. And I promise you they were huge, and we were able to fill the wells. So we were ready to go. We were looking forward to a great start. Fantastic bait presentation. And I tell you, maybe the fish are there. We'll see. So after getting out of Drum, catching our bait, we run 45 miles to the northeast. Pretty good run, not too bad to get there. We're able to run about 50 miles an hour. And we get there and we set out baits. Joshua and I are on the boat, and we get 5 lines out. And within 4 minutes, we had 4 lines hit all at the same time. 2 people, chaos, fish skying. He's able to see one that's a pretty darn good fish. We got somebody fighting another fish coming across the back. We're trying to stay out of their way. It was chaos, and I got to tell you, we caught one fish. It was small. We knew it wasn't going to be the right size fish for the event that we were going to weigh, so we threw it back. Had 3 others. It was crazy.
So this is our first fish of the day. 15-pound fish. I don't think that's going to do much for us.
You know, we've got a lot of technology on the boat, and the SiriusXM weather is a critical part of what we do. So we're in there checking sea surface temperatures, we're checking our fish mapping app, finding anything that we can grasp to see where the bait might be, where the fish might be congregated. There was some out there because some people caught some fish. Unfortunately, we just could not get the bite. We were in some right places, but it just didn't happen for us. Yeah, so here's the difference between Crockett and me on the rod. You know, Crockett probably would have immediately said, there ain't no way this is a kingfish. This is a barracuda, it's an amberjack, or whatever it may be. And 95% of the time, that little rascal, he's right. And but me, I didn't know. I had to fish like it was a kingfish and pretend, I guess. So I don't know. I just proud of my boys. They're exciting to watch.
Purpose-built boats, driven by the chase. Designed to go anywhere and do anything.
After that initial flurry, we're sitting there waiting. We're doing everything we can. We've got great bait. We got big pogies, medium-sized pogies. We've got nice bluefish. And we're sending one down on a downrigger, a big pogie on the Cannon downrigger. And then all of a sudden, boom, wah, it screams. And so I'm fighting this fish, grab the rod, and it's blistering it off. And it stops, then runs again. So that was a little bit odd, but it still had decent speed. And then all of a sudden it gets this weird funky head shake and like the tail's flapping the line and the leader, and then it starts flying back at me. So I'm thinking, man, this is some sort of a tuna species. And sure enough, this blackfin, this big blackfin, rolls up. Great table fare, but it ain't what we're looking for in this event. But it was still cool to catch.
I think, kingfishing, we've been doing this for 20 years. Started when I was, 13 years old. Crockett was maybe 7 years old. And so I think, it's something we want to continue. I think it brings back a lot of, good memories for us, for him. Just kind of a family thing we've always done. A lot of good times, a lot of hardship, and, how we performed, but, a lot of good memories nonetheless. Yeah, neither he or I really want to do much work on fighting the fish, so it's kind of a race to see who can get to the rod last, and one of us is forcing the other one to actually reel it in. But it does get tiring after a while. If you catch 2 or 3 fish and you're looking for Crockett to kind of clean up on it.
I got you, man.
Oh yeah, I don't fight many fish anymore, and I despise when I have to. I'd much rather stand back and let someone else do the work, and I'll wait with the gaff. You know, we've had kind of a tough year, but during the Morehead City Open, Crockett wasn't able to be on the boat, so it was just me and my dad, and just the two of us going at it. And we fished for about 2 hours with one small fish, and as we were considering picking up, moving to another spot, the long line took off, and it took off so hard that the skirt popped above the swivel and rode all the way up to the tip of the rod. And after about a 10-12 minute fight, he was able to get that fish to the boat, and I was able to put a gaff in it. It was raining the time that we caught it. My hands were slick. It was tough to get that thing over the side, so it took the two of us to pull it over with the gaff. Yeah, when you down a person, it's tough because then you're missing, you know, an extra set of hands, and you know our system is kind of geared to having 3 people. So we had to make some adjustments. My dad fought the fish. I got in all the lines, got the gaff out, drove the boat until we got up on the fish, and then kind of had to leave it in neutral and the boat sitting there and bring the fish all the way to the side to where I could get a gaff in it.
What's my secret? SiriusXM marine fish mapping. The secret's out. Try SiriusXM marine fish mapping.
With this being the last tournament of the year for us, the SKA National Championship, is kind of you know, last chance to pull a good one out for the year. We need a good fish today.
We got one in the prop wash. We've got one medium menhaden over there. Got a bluefish in the prop wash and got a long skirted menhaden. So I'm gonna put this one short. I'm gonna run, and then 5 lines. We'll run a downrigger as well. Real important to cover the water column and cannon downriggers. Obviously, that's the ticket right there. That's by far the easiest way to do it and the most efficient way to put a bait down and bring it up quickly if you get a fish on.
I came out here looking for a little warmer water. We found about 2 degrees warmer. So far, no kings, but we're in here about 5 or 10 minutes. Caught fish this time of year in 10 or 15 different spots, but looking for ones that are a little further offshore in that 64, 65 degree water temperature.
Thought we might have had something right as soon as we first bait out, but so far not showing a lot. Not sure if it's a shark or what. The water's a little warmer here, so it still looks pretty good. Not much boat traffic, if any, really. So hopefully this will be promising, but I don't think so. Got our share of these today. This time of year, these menhaden get off the beach, and they are really big ones. This isn't even the biggest one that we got. It's but these things, man, they are a serious mouthful. So kingfish love these things. Fatbacks, pogies, menhaden, hook it right through the nose, and then normally up behind the dorsal fin, and then back here toward the tail. Just want to make sure that the hooks aren't pulled stretched tight to where where it crooks the fish and makes it crooked so it can swim freely. Sometimes you can hook them in the bellies, so just a matter of preference. We'll launch this thing out here and see what we get. It's always been about, for me, it's always been about fishing with my sons and family, and you know, the family affair part of things is really important to me. It's what it's been about from day one. I love it. I love the sport, love fishing. But the reality is that I love being with my family, and I'm thankful for that. And you know, our career, 20-year career in this is really, you know, we'd have found something else to do together too. But this is definitely something that the family enjoys, and I've been real thankful for that. I always miss the kids when they're not on the boat. And that doesn't happen much. Crockett hadn't missed many tournaments in his entire life. And this year he's changed jobs and had some responsibilities as you grow up. At 27 now, he's a grown man. Got life responsibility that changes things, no question. But I do miss you, buddy. These are the frustrating kind of fights because, you know, you never know. I mean, they've fooled us before, fought just like amberjacks or sharks or whatever, and all of a sudden roll up, big old fish laying up there. But, you know, you always feel like, you know, we're wasting time, but you gotta fight them. That's just part of this game, and, you know, it becomes frustrating sometimes, but sometimes you get surprised.
You know, with the weather that's forecasted for tomorrow, it's not going to be pretty. We know going out that we're just going to be, you know, pounding it out, 5+ foot seas, raining all day. You know, it's going to kind of mess with our plan to stop and catch fresh big bait in the morning. So we're just going to have to take the pin bait and go and hope for the best. But, you know, we're prepared for it. We know what we've got to do. We're going to just grit our teeth and hopefully get the job done.
Taco Marine's Troll the Edge is brought to you by SiriusXM Marine for fish mapping and all of your offshore weather data.
Coastal Kia, home of the truly exceptional experience. FXR, conquer the outdoors.
About 5 o'clock on second day of the SKA Nationals in 2023 out of Morehead City, North Carolina. First day, we caught some fish, caught one respectable kingfish, but threw it back, wasn't going to do anything for us. So we've got another day 40 degrees difference in this morning and what it was on Thursday morning. It's 28 degrees, 68 degrees this morning. Wind's blowing like crazy today offshore. Wasn't blowing at all on Thursday, so who knows? It's going to be a rough day, I think, getting out to the fishing grounds. We're going to have to go a different way to try to eliminate basically 45 miles of 5 to 6 foot seas. So it's going to be interesting. That's king mackerel fishing. What can you say? It's going to be fun. Well, we got a fish on. It's rough out here. I mean, really rough. And had a couple bites. Caught an amberjack, and we got one motor that's acting up, overheating at idle. So we're trying to handle everything on one motor. I don't know if a piece of trash got in it or kind of thermostat's acting a little funny or what, but trying to stay on top of this fish while Crockett's fighting. Josh, absolutely gotta love king mackerel fishing. I have never in my life.
You know, we've been through dry spells before. This is probably one of the longest droughts we've been through without, you know, having a tournament win. But all it takes is one bite to really change your attitude or how you feel about the sport as a whole. You know, even if we don't catch a big fish tomorrow, you know, come April, come time for fishing the Fort Pierce King Mackerel Invitational Tournament, we're gonna be fired up and ready to go, and, you know, hoping our luck's changed by then. But with work and the way life is now, with just everyone having jobs and kids and having to run here and there and do all kinds of stuff, it's not always a consistent team like it used to be. You know, me and my dad and Crockett try to go every single time that we can. You know, my wife and Crockett's girlfriend will jump on most of the time when they don't have work obligations. But, you know, it's just different now. So sometimes it's a mixed crew, but we're all kind of learning how to, you know, work together and, you know, adjust our roles and, you know, different jobs that we do to make it successful.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've been on the boat. actually caught a king. So finally got one. Hopefully we can get him back out there and get a bigger one.
We'll do everything we can to always bring you big fish, but more than anything, we're going to always try to do everything we can to show you how important, how impactful, and how good it is to be able to be on the water with your family, friends, and appreciating it every time you go, regardless of what size fish you catch or how many you catch. It's really about the experience, it's about the joy, it's about the fun, and it's certainly about the relationships with your family, friends, and our sponsors. So we appreciate you being part of Troll the Edge, and we hope to see you next year.